morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lincoln Kenobi. And before we get started, I would like you guys please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, let's get into this. So you remember a couple of videos back, that was a couple of days ago, that Ubisoft was going after Disney Star Wars because of their blame of their messed up game, Star Wars Outlaws, which we all know that's complete bull because they went along with it, bro. They would have done the changes for themselves. They would have never went with what Disney Star Wars was trying to do. But they did it. They went through it all the way. So here's what's happening now. Rumor: Ubisoft cancels Star Wars Outlaws sequel amid disappointing sales. Now, I did not know there was going to be a sequel. I didn't know there was going to be a sequel on this. So, this is unbelievable. I mean, how are you going to make a sequel after the game has failed miserably in the reviews and in the sales? How are you going to do that? You know? Let's read this. There is going to be a couple of spots that I'm going to read, and then I'll promise to leave you this link so that you guys could read it in my description. So, in a galaxy not so far, far away, the Star Wars gaming universe faces another setback. A new rumor suggests that Ubisoft has quietly canceled development on the sequel of Star Wars Outlaws, the open-world action-adventure game released in 2024. So, Tom Henderson, he is the man in charge of the project. So, the report originating from the industry inside claims the project was in its early production stages before being axed, largely due to the original game's underwhelming commercial performance. The development has sparked discussions among fans and analysts about the future of Star Wars video games and Ubisoft's strategy with licensed IPs. Now, if you guys know the record, bro, if you guys have been paying attention to what's been going on, bro, Ubisoft has been favored with woke DEI political nonsense, bro. And when their game, Star Wars Outlaws, came out, it went to a complete failure. When X-Defiant came out, not a lot of people played the game. Not a lot of people get to play the game. And I was hoping that X-Defiant would be Call of Duty. Call of Duty has been messing up recently. But apparently X-Defiant couldn't do the job. And then, of course, we had Assassin's Creed Shadows that really plummeted them very badly. And then you saw the result. They had to go to Tencent, merge with Tencent. And they have laid off so many employees since then, bro. And it's not been doing well. So, here's the details of this rumor right here. We're going to read from here. The Star Wars Outlaws sequel cancellation rumor surfaced on July 24th during Insiders Gaming's podcast, where Tom Henderson revealed that Star Wars Outlaws 2 had been in early development but never progressed to full production. According to Henderson, the sequel was conceptualized shortly after the first game's launch but was shelved indefinitely due to the original's poor sales and reception. This aligns with Ubisoft's recent cost-cutting measures and revelation of its portfolio and financial pressures. No official statement has come from Ubisoft or Lucasfilm, leaving the rumor unconfirmed but widely circulated. To me, I believe it's done. I don't think there ain't going to be no sequel to this. I don't think so. There's no way they're going to make a sequel after the game's failure. Who's going to play it? Who's going to want to play it? So here's the reason supposedly behind this. The primary culprit appears to be Star Wars Outlaws' commercial failure. Despite a hefty marketing push and whatever allure remains for the Star Wars brand, the game was criticized for repetitive missions, technical issues at launch, and perceived lack of innovation to its open world formula, while Ubisoft's leadership has publicly blamed external factors, including fan fatigue with the franchise. Insiders also suggest internal mismanagement and high development costs play a role in the game's downfall. But Ubisoft is to blame too, you know. They are the ones to blame. I mean, it's like this. It's like this, and I will say this again, bro. Ubisoft could have just listened to the fans. All they had to do was listen to the fans. Star Wars Outlaws, you could have just created an open world role-playing game. Like me, for example, I could have created my own character. I could have created my own character and done all those things open world. And picture myself that if I was an actual bounty hunter in the game. It would have been a female person doing their own thing. It would have been a male. It would have been any of us creating our own gameplay, man. But the problem was not just that. The graphics looked terrible. The fixture, the facials were terrible. You know, I mean, come on, dude. I mean, look at it. Look at this facial. The actual actress that portrayed this person was way beautiful than this right here. So how are you going to play a character looking like that? I'm sorry, dude. The graphics was terrible, and I did watch the video gameplays of the lagging and all, man, and it was terrible. Terrible performance, bro. It's like if they had rookies working the game. And of course, the real bad part was that if you had early access if you bought the game that was $130 and you had early access to playing it, the game had technical difficulties and all. They said that if you update your game, not only we get rid of all the tech errors and all, but your game progress that you have saved will be erased, which means on the update of day one's actual release day, you will have to start over everything that you progressed. Can you believe that? I believe that's kind of horse shit right there. But like I said, dude, and look what happened and like I said, and then they targeted and they used a female protagonist acting like if she's Han Solo because of woke propaganda. That's why a lot of people didn't want to play this game. It was terrible. And it was a terrible idea to do that, bro. If you're going to do an open world, I'm going to say it like this. If you're going to do an open world and title it Star Wars Outlaws, why not make a role-playing game? You could have just titled it Star Wars Outlaw. You know, you could have just done that. But, like I said, dude, I mean, gaming companies, man, they make too many mistakes, man. I mean, look at Ubisoft right now. Just keep looking at Ubisoft's record of what they've been doing. Ubisoft is becoming a massive failure, and I used to enjoy games like Rainbow Six and Splinter Cell. I mean, look, I can show you right now. Right here. They need to say no more, man. Like I said, dude, I mean, tell you, bro. Like I said, they need to get their act together, bro. So, do I believe this game's is true? I believe it's gonna be canceled. There's no way. But you guys let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? So please, by all means, share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for being part of the channel, and I hope to see you guys until next time. Bye, everyone.